Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Madden 26 gameplay here today. If you'd be a good boy and go ahead and drop a like, and please subscribe guys. We're gonna hit 100 subscribers in the next 3 months. So excited. I'll have you all at my birthday party for the subscriber special, guys. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. If you guys are excited for this game, please drop a thumbs up in the comments section. I'm very excited. This is a big wager here. You know how we did double or nothing on the last wager 3v3 series? We're doing double or nothing here in this game. We won the first one 5K. We're undefeated in the wager matches. Undefeated so far in Madden 26. We've only played a handful of games. And really we were able to pick up where we left off in past years. A lot of the mechanics, they feel different to me, but the concepts able to adapt, a lot of them have stayed the same. So I've been able to learn the game. There's definitely a learning curve here. See right here, it feels like I maybe have him, but his user steps up. Starting off with the user lurk, not looking good. You know, he's back with the Ravens. We switched it up with the Packers, but we come to find this defense is really strong. And that's what I look for when I play the game. I like to call the defensive shots. I love the lurks. I love the users. Really, I live for user lurks, and that's what makes a big change. What's able to put you apart on defense. If you're able to get a couple lurks in the game, even one lurk where you really bait them into thinking this route's open and you come down and pick that ball off, that's what changes the game right there. And any yards you get on defense or any points, look at this right here, ready for the options. We're playing that quarterback. We want that quarterback to take as many hits as possible if he's going to run, because at some point he's likely to get a fumble. Just statistically, every hit he takes, it's going to put him in that position to fumble the football. We want him to take as many plays as possible, give us as many chances to get a turnover here on defense. So I'm starting out the game with spies right there. That's a tight one. Maybe we can run down and pick that ball off, but he still needs more yards for a first down. Not giving up anything huge. Something I've learned in these opponents and so far is watching this screen, and I need to sell out for this screen quick, because as the user you really have the responsibility to stop that screen pass. And even there, you know, that's tough. We give up that play, but at least we make him go for another play. That's one where maybe a user could grab that ball, but at least he's got to do it again. See, he's trying to roll out. We want to stop that. That's the real one where I could be on that, get a lurk. If I'm holding that LT button and strafing, I think I'm getting that right there. And look at that sack right here, 4th down. What goes on 4th down, you know? That makes me nervous. It's the screen pass. That's what I mean. I'm on that side of the field. Anytime they run a screen, I should be back there getting 6 if he throws it. But I make the mistake there. But good route here. I get some separation. Rat catch, he comes down with it. We like to see those users. Golden was a good receiver this game. Got us some yards. Offense, not too much. You know, Love threw good balls for the most part. Running back was good, but just a lot of depth in the receiving corps. People able to make plays. Golden really came through a lot for us, so that was important. We do try to get the run going a little bit, but nothing crazy right there. Crazy animation. We get the first. Opponents weren't happy about that. Gave us a ring mid-game saying, hey, look, this is an issue. We don't like that. We think that's some Madden cheese. You know, in a game like this, it's really intense. Quarterback there tells me go streak for it, and I do right there, get the perfect positioning, possession catch, comes down with it. You know, tight game like this, every play matters. Being able to take advantage of the defense when you see something, running those users routes, that's important too. You know, right there, we don't quite get it. And look at this, he's really off to the races. So I put that quarterback Jordan Love in a position to make the tackle. He does that. You know, that'd be big in this game. You'll come to find out those 2 points there matter a lot. And look at us here on the run game. You know, Derrick Henry, nothing to joke about. Khalil Mack really stepped up this game. Rashad Gary, we'll really see we had some good defense there. We got a good safety. Look at that, able to get through and make that tackle. I mean, that's beautiful. Got him here on a 4th and 7. But you know, a wager like this, people are going for it every down. So every play matters. Look at this. Get that swat. Get that out of here. Locking that up. So now back on offense. Really great field position already on opponent's territory. And we're going to try and make something happen here. I'm running these routes. Good first down. Good hands, falling forward. That's the type of play we like to see. Getting that separation, good quarterback reads. We get a lot of that this game. You'll notice that compared to the first wager. We kind of locked in, you know, right there. Maybe a bad ball, maybe a bad read. But it's okay, you know what I mean? They're at the 18. A lot of time for them to make a mistake. And look at that, the way they capitalize. That hurts. Really hurt the soul in this one. You know, when you go up like this in a wager, and then they taunt on you, and you know you could have walked away with the bread, you run into a double or nothing, something like that really stings you, really gets you. You see him taking the time, putting us in a bad position here. He's going to get ball at halftime. I mean, this is tough right here. This is big here too. We need to do something defense. You know, just because he got the touchdown doesn't mean we give up. Look at us there in the backfield. Okay, we're still one possession. We can make this happen. Let's see what we got right here. You know, nothing really there. I keep running my route though. Get the possession. We don't get out of bounds, but good yards. And look at me take this fade out here against the user. Even though I'm slower right there, that route running creates that separation. Perfect ball by the quarterback, going for the pylon, getting in there. And then now this is big here. We're going to tie it up. What are we going to do with it? Steps back, gets the screen. He gets in there, just punches that ball across, and that's tied up just like that. So this is big here right before half. This is something I feel like I could have got with some more user work, some more stick work on the return. But he's going to throw this ball up. We're going to end up picking that off right there. And look at this, staying in bounds right there. Off to the races, promising downfield. Very promising. User gets the block. Just that one man right there. Maybe we could have hit a back juke, did something. But second half, he starts off with the ball. Here's a play here where we get a flag. So that was big. He got a first down from that. But sacks right here. 3rd and 21, long position. He's got to get it back bit by bit. He does right there. He gets some good yards. But 4th and 8, still favorable. But like I said, they're going for it. You know, in Madden, this is a situation where anyone's going for it, really. But look at that pressure we get off. Not able to do nothing. Tries fooling around with the fullback out there. Not going to happen. So back on offense. Chance to take the lead and change the tone of this game right there. We did it on defense. See what we got. Jordan Love actually running a little bit. Smart slide. Not taking hits. Nice formations too. Good job switching it up this game. We showed him a lot of looks. You know, it wasn't easy by any means on offense. I mean, Chuck Moe, the mastermind, if you don't know, he's a famous pop star and country singer. He was a top 1,000 Madden player a couple years back. So he's definitely been competitive. He's been in the game for really a good bit since Madden really came into his prime. I mean, Madden 13, Madden 25, and then in recent years, Madden 20 and on up, really locked in, developed. We go for it here on 4th. We're crazy. You know, he drops the ball. Maybe had something there. But back on defense, you know, that's all it's about. Forget and move on. And look at that big sack. Push him back. 18 yards. Keeping that quarterback contained, you know, that's big. That's big. Because when someone like Lamar's rolling out, you got to set spies. You know, you're losing people on defense. It changes the way you play for sure. Especially when they're still able to throw the ball downfield. You know, it really stretches your defense. You got to have everyone doing something. You can't have wasted coverage. You know, if all these receivers cross over and one side's empty, look at that there, man. He makes a good play. But we come up and make the tackle in 3rd and 13. That's why you make good plays. You strive for a great play every play so that you can force them, you know. No huddle. He thinks he has something here. So we're staying focused. We're really watching what he has. He's got the running back on this side. I'm in charge of stopping the screen. I see he's dropping back, and look at this. I see that he's cutting across there. Might as well head that way, and he ends up throwing it. So perfect reaction, good high point. Get some yards, and that's nice. You know, any yards you get on the return, and that's with the linebacker. So that was a good lurk right there. Good animation. I like that in this Madden. So still getting used to these lurks, but starting to understand how they work. And I think it's unfortunate on offense when you get tip balls or the ball's not thrown to you. They've made it impossible to catch the ball. You won't get an animation if it gets tipped in the air like you had in Madden's past. Maybe that's something they change. We'd like to see it. But look at this right here, a little tight end screen. good yards. Most important thing about that, showing them a play they haven't seen yet this game. You know, it's tight. Someone like Chuck Moe on defense is going to adapt and realize some of the plays you ran from these formations. So really important to just stay focused, locked in. You see me with the user here. I see the way that safety comes down and I just take off downfield. I'm telling quarterback, B, bullet. He throws it to me. Possession catch. I mean, that's perfect. Couldn't have waited a second longer. Gets right there. Safeties aren't able to get in time, and look at that right down the field. Beautiful. That's huge right there. You see how that just flipped fourth quarter, and now we just took that. That's demoralizing, deflating to them. Just like we were feeling the pressure of the wager being double or nothing, they're feeling that now. That's doubling their pockets, doubling the hurt. Good user route, 2 points, staying focused even after the touchdown. Back on defense. Let's focus, forget, move on. Play like it's 0-0 the whole game. Just keep playing. That's what we're doing out here. You see he gets that ball off, but we're making a good hit down there. He's down 8 points. Best he can do is tie it right here. You know, they're digging deep in that playbook, trying to make something happen. We're just playing defense. They got plenty of time. They also got plenty of time to do something stupid and set us up with the lead. You know, good users out here, and look at that right there. Doesn't get what he wants, throws an unsettled pass. User runs off a little bit. Maybe if I go for the pylon there, I get the pick six, but we always have 20/20 vision looking back at this replay. And gonna toss it here, you know, keep it on the ground. Ball carrier conservative, but still getting yards. 3rd and 3. See what we can do. Trying to throw it here, you know, still aggressive. You know, I'm thinking that's aggressive. I'd be running the ball, but I'm not the offensive coordinator. You know what I mean? So he's out here looking around. Actually really good here. He takes a sack. So get that clock. Field goal. Perfect. 2-possession game. We're in a good spot, but keep playing defense. Stay locked in. Don't ever unlock. Look at that right there. Big sack. Kept it on him all game. I think we had 7 sacks. Crazy. You know, it was good. We've kind of played around with the D-line a little bit, started getting more pressure, figuring that out, so that's something you'll see in these next couple of videos. Back here, can't get that. Good defense, manning people up, showing them something different. You know what I'm doing? I'm showing them something different. Running the same base plays a lot of the time, but manning people up, shifting, shading, crashing different ways, spotlighting receivers, focused on what he's doing, what he might do, you know, setting them up to make a mistake. You see this right here. I saw him in that man up, that Hail Mary formation, so I'm just going to take a timeout. I'm running man up 3 deep if he's running a Hail Mary. I got the timeouts to spare. Nothing stupid in the game. Situation like this, maybe before halftime, you know, I probably wouldn't be pass committing, because if he sets a run off, he's going to get a lot of good blocks. He's still got clock. You know, you can bust off a 1-play touchdown easy, especially with someone like Derrick Henry. But playing out here on defense, he gets that, you know, able to get the first down, 4th and 19. Would have been a good place to close him out. Luckily, we've built this cushion for ourselves this game, so it's going to be tough for him. And we do end up getting the ball back, running another play, winning the game. So happy that y'all have been supporting the channels. The Madden seem to do the best so far on the channel. We're at career highs, getting 100 videos, 100 views on the videos. So leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll keep making more videos. Peace.